So I know we previously was talking about open relationships, but I really strongly would like to talk about this one topic about this 10-year-old girl that's pregnant in Akron.
The rape suspect is this man, Gershon Fuentes. He was in court today. Cops say he admitted to raping the 10-year-old at least twice. They say lab workers are testing the DNA to confirm that he impregnated the child. Here's CNBC's Perry Russum.
On Twitter, the Indiana doctor who says she performed an abortion on a 10-year-old girl who was raped writes, "Doctors must be able to give people the medical care they need, when and where they need it."
Doctors, not lawmakers!
The doctor, Caitlin Bernard, at an abortion rights rally in Indianapolis 2 weeks ago.
The woman is a life. The person who's carrying the pregnancy is a life. When will her life matter?
The story of the girl from Ohio forced to go to Indiana was mocked at first until charges were announced yesterday.
It was disgusting that prominent Republicans, the Attorney General in Ohio, a member of Congress from Ohio, that they mockingly said that that girl who was raped didn't exist.
A Wall Street Journal opinion piece headlined "An abortion story too good to confirm," later linked to an update of "correcting the record on a rape case." Indiana's Attorney General Todd Rokita saying he will investigate whether the doctor reported the rape.
We have this abortion activist acting as a doctor.
Rokita says he will fight this to the end, including looking at the doctor's medical license.
I'm not letting it go.
The 10-year-old story igniting questions about possible interstate travel abortion bans.
I just simply don't believe that they're necessary at this point.
It's story headlines right now, and I am really bothered by that. Reason being is because they have you have some people that's saying that she should have the baby, and I totally disagree.
That's wow. That's wild.
I mean, not even some people, a lot of people are all for it. Like, she should have this baby. And then you got to think about it. They just put that law in place about the abortion. So it's just like, what an Arnie topic, situation. Ralston was actually the one that introduced the story to me. What's your thoughts, Ralston?
Question I ask is, are we bothered by a 10-year-old getting pregnant? Are we just using this as a way to highlight the fact that the abortion law now states that woman is no longer have the freedom to choose whether or not they can carry a child or abort a child?
Can you kind of repeat that again, please? What are you saying?
So I'm saying that are we actually, because
maybe turn your microphone down just a little bit, Ralston, because I think it's that language barrier, and so your voice is kind of high.
So I get the impression get the impression that a lot of people are using her as a poster child to say, okay, see, that's why we should make abortion legal. You understand me? And we have to be careful that we don't see what actually happened. She's not the only 10-year-old or teenager that is being pregnant or being abused or raped. There are a lot of young ladies out there who are abused and molested. You understand me? And raped. And some of them are brushed under the carpet. Some of them family members cover it up. Parents cover it up. Society hide it because it's the stigma that comes in for one. And I don't know why in this day and age, people are still looking at kids who are molested as being, they didn't do anything. Why should they walk around feeling embarrassed and ashamed? Because somebody violated them or violated their space. You understand me? I violated their.
So you're saying you're asking, you're saying like, are people really outraged that she's pregnant, or they're just using it as a media publicity? I mean, a stunt because of the Wade versus Roy.
Right. That's my question. That's my question.
So I would say this, me personally, the 10-year-old been pregnant out the gate. I don't give a fuck what's going on. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That is beyond even thinkable. Why is the 10-year-old pregnant? That's the first and foremost. Forget all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. And then for anybody to sit there, even try to like, if she gets any kind of push, backslap, whatever you call it, because she's pregnant, I don't give, for whatever gimmick or whatever's going on, that shit's crazy. Like we gotta start learning how to separate the difference in this world. Like for example, if you don't like a black person, but you see a cop shoot a black person in cold blood, it shouldn't matter if you like that black person or not. It should be, was that right or wrong?
Right. Exactly. It's exactly my point.
So the point is, so the little 10-year-old girl's pregnant. That's the bottom line. Fuck everything else. Let's talk about that little girl getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, who did it? Who is she around? And why ain't somebody dead or somebody in jail?
Yeah, and then you have to think about it. Based on the news report, this has been going on from she was 9 years old. So where is the mom? Where is the parents? I mean,
that's crazy, man.
Who is this dude? And how safe are our kids in terms of the environment that they're in, who they're around, and you know what I'm saying? So this goes beyond just talking about abortion laws, because at the end of the day, the reality is woman should have the right, and this goes back to the root of the problem. Woman not having the right even over their own body. Man, I'm telling you something. I'm a man, I'm telling you. And us men have done some dirty shit. We have done some dirty stuff, bro.
And that's what we was, before you got on the line, we was talking about that earlier, where I was saying that in America, the most powerful people is white men, and they don't even like their own women.
Exactly.
Like, the power that the women have in this world is, you know, it's not like men, but the problem, this is what I mean by propaganda too. So women has less rights than men in this world, but you get that feminist movement going on, and it'd be like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about rights, or is we talking about some other shit? You see what I'm saying? Like
I just raised that point with Sparker earlier. Is that, but coming to back what you said, something very important. The white man. I in 2016 election, when the debate that was going on between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. I don't know if you remember when Hillary wanted to use the restroom. She went to use the restroom.
Right.
And the president then candidate said, "Ooh, I know where she went. I know where she went to do. I know where she's coming from. Ooh, that's nasty." And everybody was chuckling. I mean, what's nasty about a female? What's nasty about a woman going to ease herself, or going to? We look at women in a way that seems that, you know what I'm saying, because of their anatomy and the way God made them, is that I know we have taken away the one thing that a woman has, the reproductive right. Can a man give birth? No. You do you know what a woman goes through to give birth to a child, right? The death rate among women in the world is highest in America in terms of we call it giving birth to a child. I forgot the name they use for it. You understand me? And the black woman is 3 times more likely to die during childbirth than even her white counterpart. You understand me? We're not looking at that. Some dude you go bang up a female, you boast about, oh, my girl is pregnant and carrying my child and da da da. You don't know what it feels like to give birth to a kid.
Hold on, real quick. You said they're more likely to die from what?
3 times more likely to die during childbirth.
Oh, during childbirth. Okay.
Than your white counterpart.
Okay, hold up. Let's get the 2 females to chime in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell you've been on this. I could tell you be into this topic, and we could go back and forth for so long. Let's get the women to chime in and see what they think about this.
Yeah.
My opinion on abortion, period.
Or no, well, I think we started off talking about the 10-year-old girl, but I guess it all goes into it, I guess, but it was a 10-year-old girl originally.
My opinion, I don't believe in abortion, but I do believe that as a woman, like I should have say about my own body. And I feel like when you speak about the 10-year-old girl, she doesn't even have say for herself, even if she got pregnant or did not get pregnant. So who makes the decision here? Is it the law? I think that's ridiculous. I just think that's ridiculous because at the end of the day, she can't even care for herself. She's a baby herself. She's still learning how to do math and reading and English and everything else. So then what happens if she give birth to this child? Then you of course she can't care for the child. She can't get a job. She can't do this. She can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you rip the child from her. You don't think mentally is she already mentally probably got to be, I'm sure, messed up and don't even understand what's going on. So she give birth to this child. You don't think that's gonna mentally make things even worse? And then she got to go through life and carry, hey, this happened to me here. I gave a child. I don't know the child because I'm sure they're gonna, if she have it, the child will be adopted out. How do you explain that situation? But me personally, I don't believe in abortions, but I do believe if a person get raped, maybe taken advantage of, or however, I do believe that they have every right to not conceive a child. I just believe as a woman, I should have a right to my body. And even to go into questions, some people say, okay, well, what if you're married and your husband want a kid and you got pregnant? Like, how do you make that decision then? What? I heard that happen before too. Oh, crazy. I'm serious. Like, I just feel like it's my body.
Yeah. What you think, Cuzzo? What you got?
Well, the 2-year-old situation is just, it's hard. But
you breaking up.
Real heartbreak. Just one of the, it's like no brain. It's like, damn, that got that child pregnant.
Is she breaking up on y'all end too? Is she breaking up with y'all?
Yeah, you're breaking up very badly. You might have to start over too.
Am I breaking up now?
No, you good now for me.
Okay. Am I good for you?
Yeah, you're better.
Okay. The 10-year-old question is very, very disheartening.
You might want to go to a different location. I know you're beautiful with your picture in the background and everything, but honey, it's just not giving it to us, okay? I know you want us to see that beauty in the background.
By plenty of people. They, I hear that all the time. Okay, what about now?
So say something. Keep saying something.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Is that better?
Yes.
Sounds like it. What the hell?
Okay. So it's almost like a no-brainer. It's like that's the first thing to think of. It's like, okay, that child should be forced because of the issues that would come along if she was to have that child. It's like counseling, take care of the child, just all kinds of issues that could be avoided. Well, half of the issues can be avoided with the abortion. But what would you think if that kid was to have that child? Because it's like you automatically think that child should get an abortion, but what if the child don't want it? What if the child in some kind of way, no, I don't want it done to my body. No,
she don't.
That child have the right to make that choice. It's that kind of.
But
that's the thing. As a 10-year-old, I don't believe you have any rights. I mean, would it be up to the parent? It would be like up to the parent, but then too, it makes me question if the parent is even in her right mind. Because honestly, this is just my opinion. A 10-year-old, my opinion.
Twist it and be like, no, I don't want my child to get an abortion. What if the parent don't believe in abortion and make that child?
Yeah, it's all fucked up from the beginning. And I'll tell you what, and I'll tell you something that's even bad. I mean, you go ahead, Ebony. Go ahead. You want to say what you was going to say?
I think just thinking about it just disgusting. I have a 10-year-old. My daughter is 9. She got on 10 as I speak, and I just couldn't imagine her even being out my sight to even have something like that to even happen. So I'm thinking us as a parent, like when, how, why. I mean, there's a lot of things that we don't know, but I just know my 10-year-old child. Like I am so protective of my child. Like. I just like, what the hell? Like when, how, like what the fuck?
And now let me say this real quick.
And I'm not saying we can't watch our kids at all times, but how, the question to me is, as a parent, like you got to know that something is different with a 10-year-old child. Like if something is happening since she's 9 years old, like something is happening. Who was she around? Who do you have around? Who? I don't know. It could be her own father. It could have been an uncle. It could have been a brother. It could have been anyone, you know, but I just understand like how you don't know.
Well, let me say this. Obviously, it's no parenting going on. Obviously, it's a 10-year-old child pregnant. And this is what we're not saying. In the report, they're saying everybody is talking about this 10-year-old girl getting pregnant, but nobody is talking about the rapist that did it.
Exactly.
Nobody's talking about the rapist that did it.
That is why.
I think we're so focused on this 10-year-old child being so. But in my mind, honestly, he crossed my mind, but he also left my mind because I'm just hoping as soon as they got the story and found out who he is, his ass is under the jail. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like it should be investigated a little bit harder because I feel like anybody that was around and took care of that child, had him in their care, I feel like they all should go to jail. That's just how I feel.
I agree.
Go ahead, brother. What you was going to say?
Yeah, that is why I'm saying that when I first heard the story, it was tied in with the decision that the Supreme Court made to for a woman unable to have abortion.
But it all goes back to that's all for publicity. Like it just don't have anything to do with the situation. I feel like the media would take a story and make it their own, but it takes the focus off how damaged this child is going to be and who the hell did this to this child. Like I feel like to me, forget the law that they passed, whatever, because half the times people don't even. They break the laws every damn day. Like I don't think that. I think in this situation, because of the child age or whatever, I think the law just really don't stand. I don't think they even gonna follow through. I think it just gives them something to talk about it.
It's gonna stand. It's gonna stand for more than one reason. But go back to the point I was making is that when this story first was heard, there were a lot of people who were for abortion. Were coming out and saying the story is a hoax, it's a lie, it's not true. You understand me? Without trying to know if it was the facts. So
how would it make it untrue? Because technically, a child can have birth. I heard it as young as 8 years old. Yeah, I haven't heard it here in America, but I heard it in other countries that children it's like a norm to give birth at the age of 10. 11, 12, you know what I'm saying? Even here in America, 11, 12, I heard it before. But I just, and this is not the first time a 10-year-old here in America have got pregnant, but because of what's going on in the media with the abortion thing, I feel like they just took everything and just made it their own. And I find that very selfish to the victim.
Like you said before, to me, it's so, I don't even know how, like I said, that's, and I don't want to, bring no religion in this, but me personally, that's what keep me believing in a higher power. Because how much evil goes on in this world, it gotta be the opposite somewhere else. It's too much evil in this world.
That's true.
Too much evil. Like it's too much evil. I seen a video yesterday. A dude was trying to defend a woman from getting attacked by her boyfriend with a machete. Dude swung the machete, and my man put his arm up. Dude chopped off his whole hand. Chopped off the man's whole hand.
Ooh, if you got a machete, you better know how to use it, because that is one bad weapon, honey, and it's sharp as hell.
But just imagine, this is a poor, innocent man minding his business. He sees a woman getting attacked. He tries to step in and get his whole hand chopped off.
That's crazy.
Where was this at?
I don't know where it was at, but it was on what's the name yesterday? It was on the little video shit yesterday.
Well, that's my time.
The question I want to ask.
We can't hear a word you saying.
The question I want to ask is
why? You talking about Tamika? Tamika phone.
Hey, Tamika, try to go in a different location just a little bit. See if you can move.
I think you're too close to the. I think you're too close to the mic.
I said I have to go. I got to go punch the clock, but thank you.
Okay, love you. All right,
love you.
See you next week.
Thank you.
All right, what you say now?
So the question I want to ask is, I don't. Why is it that men are making decisions for women when it comes on to their reproductive rights? Why? Why do we think that it falls on us as men to dictate to females what they should wear, how they should dress, what they should look like? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And then as my brother rightly said, the pushback that is coming from the feminist movement is like overkill. Like you're throwing on the baby with the bathwater in terms of you're going all out and saying, okay, we don't need men. We all need each other.
Yeah, definitely. Right? We all need each other, definitely. But the thing with the feminine thing, though, what happens is it's like the Black Lives Matter situation. It becomes propaganda, then them people get rich and don't even put money back into what it's supposed to start it from. You know what's with
exactly.
You know, once everything go mainstream, like you could have a local burger joint. They start making millions, they burgers turn trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You lose sight of what the value of what is important.
Yeah, all the time, man. It's a lot of scams, man. So I don't know, man. We could kind of wrap up with the topic of the bottom line with the 10-year-old. Everybody could get their opinion about that part, and then we could say whatever else y'all want to say. Like if y'all got something that y'all want to plug or whatever, if y'all want something y'all want to advertise or whatever. Far as what I guess my final thoughts is far as the subject is, bottom line, the 10-year-old getting pregnant is so hard to even digest that I don't even get it, man. But I guess I do get it because I always say this is the devil's playground. So I understand it, I guess. It's just so sad and just heartbreaking, you know what I mean?
That's true.
And that's what keep me believing in a higher power is that hopefully there's something better than this, because it ain't shit but bullshit on this earth. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question. So kind of lobby back a little bit to the 10-year-old girl. Like there's 11, 12-year-olds. These girls, I'm not saying this to say, okay, this girl looked a certain way and this is what happened. Because like you said, there's just some evil, sick people in this world, Right. But these girls, these young girls, the other day, I was online, right? And I see like photos of children. Of course, I have a store, so I buy a lot of clothes like wholesale, right? So I'm always searching and looking for vendors. And when I come across children clothes, and I'm talking about younger than 10 years old, right? All I kept saying is, where is these kids' clothes? Where are the kids' clothes? Like the way they make children clothes, it scares me. It scares me so bad. Like, and I think about this 10-year-old girl, and I think about a 9-year-old, I think about an 8-year-old, I think about the 6 years old, I think about just any young teen in these clothes that they wear, because there are truly, truly sick people, men and women. They will go after a child, boy or girl. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just a man thing, because you got some sick women out here too, But it scares me how they make the children clothes. So as I was going and I'm searching and looking for vendors, I literally crossed probably about a good 6 or 7, because I was so disgusted with how they was making these kids clothes. And I just kept saying, well, what the heck do they wear? They don't have no clothes. Like their clothes are made like mines, and I'm just like, what the heck? And you look at a little girl and you see that she has on like a shoulder strap. She have a shirt. a halter top, but it might have a little sleeve right here, but all this is out. Like, it just tells me like, okay, show a little skin. But mind you, this is like for a 6 or 7 year old, you know. Then they get the little shorts, and now she get them ripped up and they cut up, and we're like, what are you saying? What are you doing? I remember when I was a kid growing up, I remember having pink tails, and we wore a little dress, and we had the little socks with the little ruffles on it, and you know, like
Michael Jackson shoes, the church shoes.
Yeah, I remember, and we was covered up, and maybe we had like if anything was cute that we wanted someone to see or was noticeable, was the little ruffle hanging from your dress at the top, you know, around your neck or something, you know. I just don't remember as a little girl, or even as a young teen, like that was acceptable. It was like so much like a bad thing. So it just scares me when these young girls, like even my daughter, 10 years old, it's certain things I just be like, no, you know. I have a 11-year-old. She's going to 12. She's bigger than I am. And when I say bigger, she's taller than I am. Like, you were mistaking this girl for like a 16-year-old girl. She is that big, and it scares me because certain things that she wants to wear or even appropriate for her age, it's like, no, you can't do that. So it's like, well, how do you dress your kid? You know, how do you do it? Because there's some sick people out here. And I'm not saying that this little girl that this happened to probably had on anything inappropriate or anything like that, though. You just have some sick, wicked people.
No,
like
you go to the mall, you go to the malls and you see little girls, like you're saying, with their parent wearing this type of shit. So it's like, how did you pick it out and buy it, let her get dressed and come out the house? She's even with you. She's not even sneaking out the house with the shit. She's with you. So that goes back to the parenting, the propaganda, all the shit that they got. Man, we fucked up as people. And I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about as a fucking people. We're fucked up.
You know, it's even so bad. I see on Instagram, I see on Facebook, I see on different platforms. You see mommy and me outfits. Mommy and me outfits. And these mommy and me outfits are literally the little girl. I think in this one particular photo, she had to be no more than like 3 years old. She had on like a little tank top, but her stomach was out. She had the little bell bottoms, and you know, they did the baby edges and put a ponytail and a braid all in her. And the mama was like that too. But I just kept saying, what the heck? She looked like a video vixen. How you dress your 3-year-old like a video vixen? Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
and then you put pictures all online. I'm sorry, you put pictures all online. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that there's predators all over the internet. You understand what I'm saying? There's people that will frame you all over the internet just to probably view your children's photos and little things like they will become your friend. They probably will come and have dinner with you, go to a party with you. And they really not even thinking about you, mommy. They want your little child, boy or girl, you know? It's so scary. Like, oh my God.
It's crazy, man. And I hate to laugh, but it's just fucked up.
What did you say, Ralston? I think Ralston. I think your video is.
Let me say something. You hearing me?
No, it's going in and out. Say something now.
I was listening to a young man the other day talking, right?
Yeah, you good.
He said that not everybody who have sexual fantasies for kids are pedophiles. Listen what he said. Not everybody who have sexual fantasy for kids are pedophiles. He said, a matter of fact, they should change the name from pedophiles to MAP. I don't know what the MAP stands for, but when you listen to the line of argument, what they're trying to do is trying to normalize this thing to saying, okay, nothing is wrong with a grown-ass man having sexual fetish for a little baby, right? It's normal because that's where they're heading. The next clip in that same segment, there was this man, I think he was a doctor, was saying that there should be no age of consent, right? That means if a 10-year-old girl want to go have sex, she should be able to make that decision without parent having anything to say about it. That's what his argument is. He's saying the child has the right to choose whether or not she want to wear blue or red or pink or what he wants to eat or what he wants to wear. So he should have the right to choose if he want to have sex or not. But I'm thinking deeper. When you listen to these arguments and you listen to the line of argument and who is coming from and where it's coming from.
They're the pedophiles themselves.
Listen, that's the point. That's the point. But if you look at the status that they hold in society, right? And you believe that you probably take your child to this doctor before, or is your neighbor, or is the man down the street that you always smile with and you send your daughter over his house to play with his child. You never know. So I'm saying this to say that a lot of things we let our children build, man, we cannot, anything outside your home, you don't have no control over.